Hello and welcome to the Leadership Enablement and Development Podcast initiative from Nirveda. This is the show for leaders all about leadership and its impact. And on this episode, have you ever wondered about the impact of disruptive innovation to your industry? Well, that's exactly what we are going to help you with on this week's show, where I will walk you through my study on disruption and its various facets. I'm your host Sudhakar, a certified executive coach come business coach. In the first century Rome, an innovative glassmaker created vitrum flexile, a flexible glass. Proud of his invention, he requested an audience with Emperor Tiberius. The emperor threw the drinking vessel down on the ground, but much to his surprise, it did not shatter. At the time, all drinking vessels were made of gold and silver, which tainted wine with a metallic taste. Consider the glassmaker's creation. Tiberius realized it would completely disrupt the Roman economy. If goblets were no longer made of gold and silver, the value of the precious metals would diminish immeasurably. Tiberius asked the glassmaker if anyone else knew the secret formula. When the inventor took a solemn oath that he alone knew to create vitrum flexile, the emperor had the man beheaded. Today, it is not so easy to thwart disruption. Over the last 1 year, I've been working closely with entrepreneurs, MSCs, that is micro, small, medium enterprises, concerning mentoring and coaching. One of the primary areas where I feel they're not well prepared is the way they look at disruption. Disruption is the order of the day. Every industry is going through this and will go through this, if not today, tomorrow. I was reading this book, The Innovator's Dilemma, by Clayton Christensen, who coined the phrase disruptive innovation. Since then, scores of academics and management consultants have studied a range of industries and companies to identify and classify various forms of disruption. Christensen asserts that there is a firm distinction between sustaining technologies and disruptive ones. Let us look at these examples to understand what sustained technology is and what is disruptive technology. Improving the mileage of cars over the past 30 years as a series of sustaining technologies. However, an electric car that doesn't require petrol or diesel, that would be a disruptive technology. At first, disruptive technologies pose no threat to the entrenched technology because of poor performance. The same in the case of first generation of electric cars, the mileage may be high, but the battery can't get the vehicle from Delhi to Kolkata. If Tesla or another car manufacturer were to launch a car with a 1500 kilometer range, then it would be game over for the combustion engine. The 700 crore plus Indian music industry was born on one invention, the gramophone, and comfortably relied on one business model for more than a century of profits. Then disruption came from another technology, the internet. Disruptive digital services such as Napster, iTunes, and Spotify killed the mighty album, creating a market for single downloads, deprived the music labels revenue model, and shot the industry dead. One can argue about the inherent value of each incremental innovation in business, but the impact of disruption is undeniable and unmistakable. We all have witnessed disruptive innovations in one way or the other in our life. More precisely, for the ones who were born during 1980s and before. One such example which comes to my mind is the typewriter. In the wake of PC disruption, more than 100-year-old typewriters simply ceased to exist. How many of us have anticipated this? Then, are we prepared for the future? In the movie Back to the Future came out of in 1985, and the past took place in 1955. In the film, when Michael J. Fox went back into 1955, he was caught off guard by the newness of TVs, the prices of soda, the lack of love for loud electric guitar, and the variation in slang. It was a different world, yes, but if the movie were to be made today and the past took place in 1985, the film could have made much more fun, with much more significant differences. The character would be in a time before personal computers, internet, or cell phones. Having said so, the average rate of advancement between 1985 and 2018 was higher than the rate between 1955 and 1985, because the former was a more advanced world. So much more change happened in the most recent 30 years than in the prior 30 years. I would like to term this period of advancement as period of shock unit, that is PSU. As people from the past period, if were brought alive in the present period, would get shock of their life looking at the advances that the new period had made. Every passing year, advances are getting bigger and bigger and happening more and more quickly. It suggests some pretty intense things about our future. In the 21st century, billion-dollar industries can be disrupted and waylaid virtually overnight. No sector of commerce or government is immune to that threat. However, the truth is, wherever a business has been disrupted, a volume is released, massive opportunity is created, and significant shifts in economic wealth followed. Disruption creates opportunity. The automobile created oil tycoons. Silicon Valley has created thousands of dot-com millionaires. The one who identifies the right trend by creating appropriate startup, billions of dollars could be theirs. These days, anyone has the power to disrupt, and everyone can benefit from disruption. Yes, the pace of disruption has increased exponentially thanks to the confluence of disruptive technologies that change how we work, communicate, travel, learn, and age. A century ago, acquiring a few thousand customers for a product was a daunting task. Now, over 6 billion plus potential consumers are just one click away from becoming customers. Cloud computing, wearable technology, 3D printing, and the Internet of Things may be abstract concepts to you today, but the impact they will have on your career and fortune is inevitable. There are fortunes to be made by identifying and exploiting the smallest aspects of these seismic shifts in technology and business organizations. Disruption causes vast sums of money to flow from existing businesses and business models to new entrants, while technological developments create the opportunity for disruption. One doesn't have to be a master of the latest technology to reap the benefits. I believe to be successful in this era of disruption, one needn't have to invent anything new. Also, I don't see any need to discover something the world has never seen before. Instead, there are fortunes to be found by merely capturing the value released through others' disruptive breakthroughs. While email disrupted the distribution link in the value chain of postal mail, countless businesses have seen tremendous growth and profitability by using email to market, sell, design, and even produce other products. To put it differently, a disruption in one link in the value chain creates opportunity in other links. I consider the following entrepreneurs as disruptors: the one who takes advantage of the opportunities created by disruption, the one who refuses to be intimidated by technological innovation, the one who finds ways to continually reinvent themselves so that their unique assets will never become obsolete. Success as a disruptor is about capturing the value that is released through disruption. Every business will be disrupted sooner or later by technology. From the family restaurant that doesn't know how to interact with Swiggy, Zomato, to the loan broker made redundant by online loan aggregators such as bankbazaar.com, you can either embrace the disruptor's journey or become a victim of it. In today's business world, if you are not moving forward, you are falling behind. As a concluding note, I firmly believe that all disruption starts with introspection. As you, as an entrepreneur, have a choice to pursue your dreams or be hired by someone else to help them fulfill their dreams. I learned then that there is a difference between failing and failure. Failing is trying something that you learn doesn't work. Moreover, failure is not trying to attempt at all. One can fail out of an attempt, but failing to attempt is the biggest blunder. If there is one constant in our lives, it's change. Those who anticipate it effectively do well. Others who misread it end up harming not only themselves but also to their respective organizations. True disruption alters a market or system forever. Would welcome you to be that disruptor. Thank you all for tuning in. Do visit our website www.nirveda.com. Would appreciate if you subscribe to our podcast, like it on our YouTube channel Nirveda, and share it to your fellow leaders. Do leave your comments. They mean a lot to us and would help us to bring many such interesting articles. Thank you all.